Hopefully, everybody's having a blessed day. Just sitting there fiddling around with some stuff, trying to get myself situated. But while I'm doing that, you come on this live, please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. Appreciate it very, very much. I really, really do. How y'all doing? Hopefully, y'all can hear me. Sitting here making a mess. Making a big mess. But, it is what it is. I'm getting myself situated in a minute. But how y'all doing? How's everything going? Hopefully y'all having a blessed, wonderful day. Real talk. Sitting here making a mess. Real talk. But God bless y'all. Anyway, Elon Musk. I'm looking at two different screens, so if it looks kind of weird, just, it is what it is. But Elon Musk finally got those astronauts home. And that's a beautiful thing. And it was amazing to me how little coverage was going on about it. Like, I was just like sitting there like, well, why nobody talking about this? These people been sitting up in space for 9 months. And then, I hear a lot of the people that was some was crying and crying, oh, he got government contracts. All right, this is why he got government contracts, because he had to fix what government wasn't doing, which was getting those people home. They've been sitting up in space for 9 months. I guess nobody cared. But, it is what it is. I mean, so, like I said, but he got him up there. I mean, he sent him up there to go get him, and he brought him back home. We should, and you would think that the Democratic Party and the liberals would be celebrating that. They don't care. They really don't. They're out here acting a fool, burning up Tesla cars. But these would, it amazes me how just a few years back, they was, oh, Elon Musk. Obama walking with him, talking about how smart and intelligent Elon Musk is, and all the stuff that they was doing trying to get Elon Musk. And I mean, you hear all of these liberals and these Democrats, how great Elon Musk was and how smart he was. And how smart he was and how brilliant he was. And then all of a sudden, they hate him. All because he decided to go in there and find out all the money that everybody was stealing. Now all of a sudden, they hate him. But, but nobody on the Democratic Party complained about the fact that they left these astronauts up in space for 9 months who was only supposed to be there for a couple of days. From my understanding, he was only supposed to be there 8 or 9 days. But yet, they're done. They're back now. But 8 to 9 days they were supposed to be up there, and they just left them in. How y'all doing? God bless you. Everybody that's in the live, please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. And my thing is this. They hate him for no reason. This man brought 2 people who were stuck in space for however long, and they're going to find out. They're going to turn around and they're going to be like, they're going to find some other reason to get mad about that. They burning up Tesla cars, trying to, I guess they call themselves trying to bankroll. I can defend whoever I want to defend. And my thing is this, lied about what? I'm watching what they're doing, government efficiency, and them going in there and dismantling all of this money that the government has been spending on stuff that we should not be spending money on. I know exactly what's going on. I follow it. If you go look at all of the money that he's been finding in wasteful spending, what do you mean not defending them? We supposed to have been doing this years ago. So when you say defending them, what are you talking about? I'm going to defend them because I don't like my tax dollars being wasted, especially on legal immigrants who should not be here. Do you look at the DOGE clock? I guess you probably don't. You didn't go look at the DOGE clock. Then you tell me what's the savings at. How you doing, Key Andrews? How you doing? God bless you. God bless anybody that's on this live. Please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. But to sit there and say that what's that? Go look up where the government, like there's a clock that tells you the United States deficit and how much money there is. And it tells you where all the money is being spent at, where government spending it at. And if you go on there, the DOGE clock is they installed on there too, which is called the DOGE clock. And right now it's sitting at over $200 billion in tax savings, wasteful spending savings. So that's the clock that I'm talking about. It's the one that they make public that nobody act like they don't see. Or maybe the people that you listen to or follow don't tell you that the DOGE clock will tell you the amount of money that they actually saving through wasteful spending, which is well over $200 billion right now. What's up, Biz? How you doing? God bless you. God bless you. What do you mean by on the same side as the government? I don't like government. I really don't. I don't like what they do with my money. I don't like what they do with the tax money. So I don't know if you're referring to me or someone else. What's up, Christopher Real? How you doing? God bless you. Welcome in. Welcome in. What's up, Anthony? How you doing? God bless you. Welcome in. And like I said, if you're on this live, please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. But again, go look at the DOGE clock. And this is the reason why when you look at like today, the Feds had a meeting about interest rates, right? And they basically paused again. The reason why they paused because they're trying to see what this administration is doing. So they're waiting to see what the outcome is as far as the savings go. What's up, Key Andrew? So they're looking at the DOGE clock and trying to see where the savings go. So they say, okay, let's pause the interest rates right now because we need to see what the Trump administration and what they're doing. And what people don't realize, and this is just my opinion, because I follow this stuff all the time because I invest money and I want to know how to move my money. If you're on this live, please hit the like button, please hit the subscribe button. And I want to know how to move my money. Well, here's the thing. Is it accurate? I don't 100% know. But my thing is this. I don't understand why, if you're a hardworking citizen of America, let's say, I don't know if you're American or not, but I am. And you telling me that you're okay with what the government spends your money. You tell me, are you okay with what the government does with your tax dollars? So it's okay to take the hard money that you work for and give it to illegal immigrants by paying hotel fees and stuff like that for people. And you work in America and you can't even afford to stay in the hotels that they gave them to stay. I'm asking you a question. Yes, that's what they were doing with your tax dollars. They was giving it to illegal immigrants, giving these hotels $6,000 a month to house these illegal immigrants. That came out of the taxpayers' money. What's up, Anthony? How you doing? God bless you. And that came out of taxpayers' money. So when you start talking about what Elon Musk is doing, this has been talked about for years. This is not a new subject about, oh, we just wanted, now all of a sudden Elon Musk. This is the first time somebody had the balls to go do it, basically. Because if you go look at Obama and Joe Biden maybe years ago, they always talking about this. Every politician talked about wasteful spending. This is not a new situation thing. This is something that has been going on for a long, long time. Finally, we got a president who feels it's necessary to fix it. And all of these other people that's been stealing the money, I'm talking about Democrats, a lot of them who've been stealing this money, now they don't have access to it. Now that they don't have access to it, they got a problem. So what the Democrat Party does when they get caught with their hand in the cookie jar, give me a second, I'll let you know. When they get caught with the cookie in the hand and cooking, now that they don't have access to this money that they've been having access to for all this time, now it's a problem. This is nothing new. We should have been doing this. This shouldn't have took all this time. We should not be sending all this money to fund Ukraine wars when we got all types of issues right here in America. So yeah, I got a big problem with it. But what the Democrat Party does, this is what they do every single time. Whenever they're losing ground, you know what they do? They go out there and holler and scream and start recruiting people. They start recruiting people. They'll start recruiting black people, especially black people. They'll go get them emotionally involved so that they can get on the side of them to vote for them and say, oh, they're going to take your Social Security. They're going to take this. They're going to take all that. Meanwhile, none of that's happening. But they are taking the money away from the ones. Do you not know that we've been sending paychecks, Social Security checks to people to foreign lands? Now, what I'm saying is not word salad. You talking about Kamala Harris. I mean, I know you're trying to throw it out there like that, but what I'm saying is not word salad. What it is it's facts and you don't like it. It's not word salad. What's up, Joyce? How you doing? God bless you. God bless you. Welcome in. If you're on this live, please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. And this is what the Democratic Party continuously do. They go start recruiting. And you got idiots like Al Sharpton and them, and they'll sit there and say, and then what they do is they go into the race bait. They start making it about race. That's exactly, they do the same move every single time. To get people, black people emotionally involved. Yes, and they'll get emotionally involved. Why? Because what the black community don't seem to understand is these people are getting their money out of it too. They're taking your tax dollars too. See, people don't realize that the government was actually funding Hollywood through the Pentagon. But they ain't going to tell you that true. They ain't going to tell you that. The government was funding Hollywood through the Pentagon. Yes, I love it too. Joyce, I'm glad DOGE is there. For years, all I've heard was horror stories about what the government has done with the tax dollars. This is the reason why Trump said what he said when he was running up against what's her name? Clinton, Hillary Clinton. When they was running up against each other, he said, no, I don't pay taxes. Why? Because I don't like what y'all do with my money. Now, people don't pay attention to the fact that Trump used to be a Democrat. So he know a lot more than you think he know about the Democratic Party. Right. And he said, no, I do. I do everything I can do to avoid paying taxes. Why? Because I don't like what y'all do with the money. And then when you start looking at what DOGE is doing, and when you look at the details of where this money was going, Trump was 100% right. I see why he didn't like it. And I don't like it neither. We should not be paying. If you go to X and you go to the DOGE and you look at all of the details of what the wasteful spending they have already found on DOGE, you'll be appalled where that money was going. I work hard for mine. And here's the thing. I don't really like paying taxes at all. I don't think anybody really do. But there's some part of the taxes that you kind of got to be okay with, because it's like, here's the thing. We have Social Security. And me personally, now some people may say, I don't want to pay it to it. My thing is this is that I'm good with my money. I'm very good with investing my money, spending my money. I'm very good. But a lot of times people's lives don't always give them the ability to expand themselves that way. So for me, I don't like the fact that they take Social Security money and gamble it with other stuff. Social Security should be for the people that work their behinds off, and it should be there when they get there ready to use it. Simple as that. So as the younger generation comes in and they start paying into Social Security, that's to keep it funded for the older generation. I'm 100% okay with that. That's my stance on it. Well, I ain't never say I didn't like Trump. I don't know. I guess you're talking to somebody else. I'm 100%, but I like what Trump is doing. I'm good with it. Yes. And my thing is this. And what they're doing is, what the Democratic Party is doing is they're trying to get you pissed off at Elon. They're trying to get you pissed off at Trump. And they want you not to pay attention to nothing that they're saying. They want you to pay attention to what the rhetoric that's coming out of the Democratic Party. Right? And listen, what I'm about to say is not for somebody to say, okay, I'm going to go do this. I'm going to go invest my money somewhere and stuff like that. So as soon as I heard Trump talking about he was going to put tariffs on aluminum and steel, you know what I did? I went and started buying stock in American companies that make aluminum and steel. You know why I did that? Because if we can't get it from foreign lands, they're going to have to buy it from somewhere else, and I'm hoping and make some money out of that. That's exactly what I did. It's the same thing with the auto companies and anything that's American. I say, I'm not going to take all my money, but some of my investments went into stuff that's going to ship that money into American-made products or force these companies to go do it and make it over here. But y'all not going to listen to that part. You know what everybody going to do, especially the ones that listen to the Democrats? They're going to get you emotionally involved and you're going to stay financially broke listening to them. Because they're going to make money. Nancy Pelosi going to make money. George Soros, they all going to make money. But you ain't going to get it. That's why there's a vast difference between what the black community has financially and what their politicians have financially. That's why. Because they got you. The only thing they wanted to do is get you riled up emotionally and you end up broke. What's up, Kate? Was that K Andrew? How you doing? God bless you. God bless you. If you're on this live, please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. I appreciate it very, very much. Well, I invest as much as I can. I ain't gonna say thousands. I ain't gonna say hundreds. I don't get into dollar amounts. But let me put it to you like this: I'm winning. That's the best I can. I'm winning. And what I did was I looked at the things that Trump. Now, some of the ones that I already dumped money into, I'm in the green with right now. And I, like, what is it? Copper. I don't know why I can't. Southern Copper, right? Once I heard wind of this, I went and bought Southern Copper. Please hit the like button. I went and bought Southern Copper. And I'm not telling anybody what to do. I'm just telling y'all what I did. I went and bought stock in Southern Copper. Right now, I'm in the green with it, based on the money that I put in there. Now, of course, it's not investment advice, but I'm trying to tell a lot of people that sometimes stop listening to the Democratic Party because they don't care about your life. They don't care about, hey, I'm good with the pump and dump. I don't pump and dump. This ain't no pump and dump. I'm just saying what I do. First of all, we've already had the dump, and that's when I bought it. And I hold on. Most of the ones that I buy into are companies that pay out a dividend, so I don't care where they do it. Once I buy it, I ride it out. Yeah, I got a few. But I don't know if the person that asked me about the gun that was behind me, but if you on this live, please say something again, because I wanted you asked me what they were. That's a 5.56, and the one right behind me is a 458 SOCOM. But again, and listen, even with that, guns. Listen, say what y'all want to say. Trump is trying to make it concealed carry 100 across all 50 states, right? That's what he's talking about. Thank you, appreciate it. Now Trump is talking about making concealed carry license honorable across all 50 states. So don't you think for a minute that I ain't been buying Ruger stock and I ain't been buying Smith & Wesson stock. Why? Because that's going to probably make people want to say, okay, now I can buy more firearms because some of these states, they act like they don't want you to have a gun. Or they make it complicated. So now we got a president that's who believes in the Second Amendment. So what I do, I went and invest in these companies. Why? It don't mean I'm going to make money. There's no guarantee. I'm okay with that. I'm 100% okay with that. I've been doing this long enough to understand the risk involved. And I'm good with it. But my thing is this. Stop listening to the rhetoric that come out of their mouth and watch what they're talking about and try to find a way to benefit from it. If Trump right now is talking about lowering taxes if you start a business right here in America, meaning that he wants to lower the taxes for people starting businesses in America, right? Oh, God bless you. Thank you for coming in from Germany. If you're an American, you're trying to start a business over here, he wants to lower the taxes. Now, I don't know if anybody been in business before. Now, I have. And when you go to file your taxes and stuff like that, man, believe me when I tell you, it's like the government got more money than you did. They hit you with so much stuff that it's like you almost scared to make a profit. Because the minute you start making a profit, it's like they get more out of it. You put in all the work, all the time, and the government's getting more out of it than you do. Well, I listen, I can't speak for Germany right now. I only can speak for America. But my thing is this, is the American economy start to thrive, guess what's going to happen to those other countries like Germany? They're going to thrive too. They are. They just, my thing is this, is that the wealth is always out there. It's just shifting how it's going to be done. So right now, they're holding it up. But if you do it the way he's talking about doing it, that's going to open the door for everyday citizens are now going to get a chance to change their financial situation. And listen, you can't win with some of these people. They're going to complain. They're going to find everything to complain about. They're going to look for any negative stuff they can find. I'm not that person. If I see that person is exemplifying more positive than negative, then I'm good with that. Because none of us are perfect. But I ain't seen nothing positive come out the Biden administration, so I'm good with I can't ride with that. because the gas was off the roof, food costs was off the roof, illegal immigrants was flooding across the country, crime was off the roof. Everything that they was doing under that administration was just going bad and bad and bad. It started out at Elon Musk, but it just went left field. But that happens a lot, so we good with it. We ride with wherever we go. But and it went, and as far as Joe Biden and the administration go, they didn't know what they were doing. They made a mess. Joe Biden ran on Build Back Better. That was his campaign when he ran. So in order to build something back better, the first thing you got to do is destroy it. And that's exactly what he did. He destroyed America. He destroyed America, but he had no plan on how to put it back together. And that was the mistake that they made. So now you got to go in and you got to have common sense to go in there and fix the problems. Number one, you got to shut that border down and stop funding these illegal programs off of the taxpayers' dollars. That's why I'm good with it. I'm glad they did it. And shut them out the way. And now that closed up, we got border crossings have dropped 95%. Now the Border Patrol can do their job because they're not being flooded with illegal immigrants coming across here. So him saying that he was going to be a dictator when he comes to that border on day one, yeah, he did his job. Shut it down. And the Democratic Party kept lying and said, oh, we need Congress to act. We need Congress to act. Well, Congress didn't act when Trump was in office. Once he got in there, he did it. America was great. You said America was not. What country are you from? Because it's been great for me. I don't know what you're talking about. How can you say America ain't great? For who? What are you talking about? Oh, okay. I mean, I can't speak for Germany, but America is great for me. I love this country and the land of opportunity. Now, I don't listen to the bull crap that they talk, that, all that crazy stuff they be talking. But I'm going to tell you, America got great opportunity. If you shift your mind the right way, America got a lot of opportunity. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. That looked like a different language to me. What's up, Mike? How you doing? God bless you. Welcome in. Please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button. I appreciate it very, very much. Yes, bad. We are all in this together. We are all in this together. Exactly. And my thing is this. Even if I did not particularly like Trump, I'm not going to bet against the president. Yes. And Joyce, here's the thing. I agree with you. I haven't been to other countries to know that, but I love my country enough to agree with you. That listen, I have no interest, I have no desire to go to no other country. It is so much right here in America that I can take advantage of. I'm good. I am not concerned about no other country that way. My life hasn't been perfect. I'm not rich, but I tell you one thing, anything I ever decided I wanted to do in America, I was able to do it. Now, don't get me wrong. Based on the people that you have in power, it can make that more complicated, or a lot more easier. So right now, with him pulling back all these restrictions and all of this stuff that Trump is scaling back from, when there's all this red tape, guess what? Things will get easier to do now. Yeah, I love every country. I love all humans. And I love our country because that's what God requires to do. But saying that your country is the greatest country in the world is nothing wrong with that as it relates to another country. That don't mean you hate the other country. That just means you love yours more. It's just like I care about other people's kids, but I don't love their kids more than I love my own. That's my point that I'm making. It don't mean you hate other countries. It just means you love the country you in yourself. That's just common sense. Now, I get what you're saying. I'm just saying, me personally, let's say you from Germany, you should love Germany more than you love any other country. All right, now I get it. I love all humans and I love all countries, but I love my country more because that's where I live. Do I think civil war? Man, I'll be honest with you. Here's the thing with that, and everybody has their opinion on civil war. I think that's exactly what the Democrats want. They want civil war. And I'm going to explain to you why. The reason why these liberals are out here burning up Tesla cars and they're doing all of this stuff and destroying property and stuff is because they're trying to provoke civil war. But in reality, they don't really want civil war. And they don't want civil war with the people that they keep trying to provoke. And that's real talk. Here's my point today. You got to understand that the vast majority of the military voted for Trump. The Amish voted for Trump by almost 100%. But what y'all really don't pay attention to is what's up, Wesley? How you doing? God bless you. What y'all really not paying attention to? Did anybody watch when Trump got shot, when he was in Butler, Pennsylvania, and he got shot, right? Now, notice the people in the audience did not run. They ducked, but they did not try to storm out of there. They didn't try to run out of there. They all stayed kind of positioned and was looking for where the gunfire was coming from. And my point is this, that most people like that tells you that they're used to being around gunfire. That don't kind of startle them that much. Now, I'm from the hood. If you start shooting in the hood, everybody running. Yeah, I feel you. Now, here's the thing. I'm from the hood. If they start shooting, a lot of people going to start running. That's just natural. I probably won't be one of the ones that would, at that point in time in my life, would have been one of the ones running. And usually the people get hurt and killed because they got trampled over and stomped over. You know, and a lot of times they get more hurt by the running than they did by the gunfire. Now, unfortunately, it sucks that anybody would want to come out there and shoot anybody for whatever reason, but unfortunately, we got people like that. But my point is, they're trying to provoke a civil war with people that's used to war, like military veterans that came out of war. You don't want to fight them type of people. That is the point that I'm trying to make, is that a lot of people that's on that voted for Trump are Second Amendment people, veterans, gun loving people. They the type of people that go zero in their guns to make sure it's accurate as possible. They practice with these guns. And then you got these liberals who hate guns and don't want no part of it. No, I'm not a veteran. No, I'm not. But I love guns. I love my country. And I got nothing but respect for veterans. And God bless them all. Right. And my thing is this, is that when you talk about these type of people on that side, they the ones always talking about you don't need a gun. You don't need this. We should ban guns. We should ban this and ban that. And you trying to provoke a war, civil war with the very people that's all about that. And my thing is this, be honest with you, I'm surprised it ain't already happening with the stuff that they're doing. And my thing is this, is that this is the reason why they voted for Trump, somebody like Trump, is to try to fix it in Washington before it turns out to be civil war. Because I can tell you right now, a lot of them was on edge for it. A lot of them was on edge for it. Believe me when I tell you, these liberals do not want to go to civil war with MAGA. They just don't. And I'm not trying to say them, you don't want to do that. I know, listen, I wasn't born around and raised around those type of people. I'm from North Philadelphia. But I'm trying to tell you that when I'm around those type of people, when I go to ranges and stuff like that, it's a different caliber of shooter. I'm telling you, they're a different caliber of shooter. Some of these people probably shoot with their eyes closed. They're not going to miss. But my thing is this, they're not going to miss. But it's not even about that. Listen, we all Americans. And my thing is this, if you keep listening to that stuff, I didn't say it did. I'm just saying the vast majority of them, a lot of those people are like that. It don't make you a fighter. But what I'm saying is that if you go around the people that voted for Trump, you're going to find that's a common thing amongst them. Well, my thing is this, and you have every right to feel that way, but this is my take on what you're just saying about I would never fight for another country. I used to feel the same way, but I wasn't thinking it all the way through. Now my mindset is I don't want to let it make it to my family. So if I can stop it before it gets into this country, it will never make it to my family. So me fighting for my country is fighting for my family, because I don't want you to get in my country to have access to my family. And if it means I have to go further out now to make sure you never make it that close, then I'm okay with that. So that's just my take on it. Before I felt the same way. I was like, man, I'm not fighting for no country. But then I had to think, like, wait a minute. Why would I wait till them to get to my front door? This is what I stand for. I just didn't realize it. Listen, Trump is not perfect. By far not perfect. But my thing is this, that yes, I voted for him. And I got expectations, and I do have to defend it to some extent. But just like if somebody voted for Joe Biden, a lot of them defend him. They defend him to the point where they were lying about it. They were lying about his cognitive. He was messed up. Everybody saw it, but they were lying over and over. All these politicians were lying. But nobody's checking them for that. And yes, I do. I voted for him. I'm going to defend him until I get a reason not to. Until he give me a real reason not to, I will defend him. I can tell you like this. Let Trump turn around and say we want to ban guns. That's all I need him to do. When minute he start turning against the 2A, I will delete every video, and I will come out totally against him. Any politician that talking about controlling guns, banning guns, anything related to that, at that point in my mind, you're tyrannical. So at that point, you will not get my vote at all. And guess what? I will try to make sure you never get a chance to win an election. Talk bad about my people. When you say my people, I understand what you're talking about. So when you say my people, you mean like black people? When you say that, or you mean like talking bad about black people? That's what I'm trying to figure out. And be honest with you, that's why it's not a Democratic Republican thing. But my thing is this: when I look at the Democratic Party, they're the ones promoting the abortion. I'm not for that. I don't really particularly like Trump's stand on abortion. I don't believe in abortion at all. But Trump's stance on abortion is closer to mine than the Democrat Party want promoted and want you to off your baby. Now, the reason why I got a problem with that, because 40% of the abortions coming through the black community. That's the reason why we haven't increased in numbers. So I have a big problem with that. But that's through the Democratic Party, because they the ones keep promoting it. What's up, Out the Pit? God bless you, brother. God bless you. Welcome in. Please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button. Appreciate it. Oh, I trust in God wholeheartedly. And that was another reason why I voted for Trump. Because unlike any politician, he's the only one was mentioning God, Jesus Christ. And some going to say, oh, that don't mean he believe in it. But my thing is this: when Kamala Harris put him out when they mentioned Jesus Christ as Lord, she said, oh, you in the wrong place. We don't do that here. Right. And I'm against abortion. Now, I don't particularly agree with Trump. Just said give it back to the states. I can't. There's only thing Well, you say that, but he keeps talking about it. I got hundreds of stuff and him talking about Jesus Christ. So it's either he do or he don't. I can tell you there's a whole lot of preachers that stand behind the pulpit and say Jesus Christ don't believe in him. Yeah, I am playing 2 videos. I got my computer and I got my phone on. So yes, I do. I know it seems kind of weird, but I do have this computer thing I'm trying to figure out, man. I'm really I'm phone savvy, but when it comes to a computer, I gotta learn. So I gotta put my work in with that one. Yeah, that's cool, Wesley, and I agree with it. But I think you should go find out Trump's history before politics, and you probably have a different perspective because Trump has done a whole lot for the black community long before he got in office. They won't tell you that part. They only going to tell you the part. You look at what Trump did for Nelson Mandela. You look at what Trump did for all these rappers. You look at what Trump did for all these businesses, Mike Tyson, Michael Jackson, Don King, all of the history that he has amongst the black community. That's the reason why I got a lot of respect for him. It was not for himself. Some of them owe him money. He ripped it up and told them to go run their business. But I know they're not going to tell you that. You go look at the history. Al Sharpton and all of them was cool with him at one point. But as soon as he decided to run for president as a Republican and not a Democrat, all of a sudden he was public enemy number one. That's what happened. That's what happened. And you go look at interviews with Ben Carson and ask Ben Carson what he think about him. It's nothing wrong with declare. You know how many people declare bankruptcy? I laugh when I hear people say declare bankruptcy. I'm on the stock market. There's a lot of people that declare bankruptcy. That is a smart business move if you realize it. That is a very smart business move. If you're not in business, and you won't understand why people file bankruptcy. Bankruptcy for a lot of businesses is a smart business move, especially if you're trying to come out there on top. And that has nothing to do with Trump because he ain't the only one did it. If you go look at a lot of these other big billionaire companies, a lot of them filed bankruptcy. And then they got out of it and they came back. It ain't got to do with Trump. A lot of them do it. I mean, I get it. Yeah, I mean, not paying contractors, I get all of that. I don't know all of that stuff. But my thing is this. If you go look at his history, and I'm not looking, see, the thing is, y'all keep looking for the bad stuff. Everybody got bad stuff, except for Jesus Christ. But everybody else, if you go look at my life, you're going to find bad stuff. And you're going to find good stuff. And that's what everybody keep doing. They keep looking for something bad. Like, listen, I know all the bad stuff. But I've seen a whole lot more good. So I'm going to ride with the good. I don't look for negativity in people. I just don't. And, well, I think you need to go do your homework on that one. You go look at a lot of these billionaire companies that are ridiculously making money. Elon Musk almost filed bankruptcy. He was on the edge of it, but I don't think he did. He might have, but I don't think he did. But a lot of them did. And bankruptcy didn't start with Trump. Bankruptcy was in place before Trump even got to that point. Because at the end of the day, if you're trying to save your company and if it's not going well, you got to do what you got to do. My thing is this, if you file bankruptcy and then after a while you come out of there on top, that means you didn't give up. That to me is a good sign. And my thing is that's a good sign. Everybody can find something negative, but my thing is this. So him filing for bankruptcy at any point really doesn't affect nobody but whoever as far as the bankruptcy companies and stuff like that. But him helping Nelson Mandela, him helping Mike Tyson, him helping all of these black fighters, Holyfield, all of them who was fighting in his vineyard all the time, him helping rappers, none of that has no weight. That just, you supposed to just, him helping Jennifer Hudson family when they slaughtered her family and he putting them up there in his hotel for months on end, rent free to make sure they was good and safe, right? None of that counts. Him walking through Trump Tower, pulling off to the side, handing his workers out money all the time, just pulling out cash, handing to all his workers. That don't count for nothing. It's just, let's look for some bad stuff and let's ride with that. I mean, I get it. That's what it is. Some people you just can't please. And this is my thing is this is that it's like, dude, if you got a kid that's doing it for the most part, going to school, doing probably 60 to 70% of the stuff you ask them to do, are you going to just excuse all of that for every once in a while when they do something wrong? No, you're still going to embrace your child. And I'm not saying you're supposed to do that with everybody. But if my thing is this, give it another year and a half and see where this economy go, and then let's talk about it again. And let's talk about it again, because at the end of the day, if he don't do what he said he's going to do, that's where it counts. So far, he's been doing what he said he was going to do. So far that he said he was going to close that border, he closed the border. He said it was drill, baby, drill, and he is going after that oil. And I already know because I see them already increasing the contracts for people to drill for oil, to bring that gas prices down. To help bring inflation down. The way Trump is doing it, I like it better than them using the feds to do it. Because when the feds do it, it's not a really good, effective tool, but it does help. The only way the feds can control inflation is they have to raise interest rates, which affects people being able to purchase and buy homes or finance stuff. But the way Trump is doing it is to make the margin of what you keep in your pocket out of your paycheck larger, so it doesn't matter what the feds do. That's just how I see it. And so far, that's where it's going to be better for you, because now you get to keep more of your money because you're not getting taxed with the tips. You're not getting taxed with your overtime. You're not paying taxes if you make under $150,000. Now, I'm not saying it's happening, but this is what they're trying to do. And then if he gets the gas prices down, which brings down the energy costs, what also brings down food costs, shipping costs, trucking costs, and then he's scaling back all these regulations, which again make it easier for businesses to be profitable, therefore can bring down more costs. Now, the margin between what you get paid and your cost of living gets so far away, it doesn't matter what the feds do. They can keep the interest rates where they are. You can actually afford to go do something. That's why I love what Trump is doing. Hello, thank you from the Netherlands. Appreciate you. Thank you for coming in. God bless you. What's up, CM? CM, you're absolutely right. Listen, I know people be looking for Trump to be perfect, but I'm going to be honest with you. He's not perfect. I'm not looking for perfection. But what I am looking for is what I voted for, I want to get. And so far, he's been spot on. And let me be honest with you, I can tell y'all like this. I actually, if it came to just somebody speaking before the public, I'd rather J.D. Vance do it. And that's real talk. That's just me personally. Now, I like the way Trump talk. And don't we all live by money? I mean, I make money, but I want to keep more. I don't want them to take my money, the government, and take my money and keep sending it to all of these other countries like Ukraine for wars. If you got money to send to Ukraine for wars, and give me my tax money and send everybody else's. Let me keep mine. I don't want it going to all these other countries when I got stuff I want to do with my money. What's up, Jay? How you doing? God bless y'all. Please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button. I appreciate it very, very much. Listen, these are my opinions. Right, exactly, out the pit. Like, why as an American citizen, you busting your behind? And I'm not, some people are doing a little bit better, some people are doing a little bit worse. But let's just say when you look at your paycheck, 30% of your paycheck has went to taxes. Now, it don't stop there. It's just, okay, they just took it out of my paycheck, right? And I'm not saying it's exactly 30%. I'm just using a number. All right, so here's what ended up happening with the 30%. Now you go, damn, I got paid. Now you go, I got to go food shopping. What happens when you buy the food? You get taxed again. All right, so that very same money that was taxed from the government, you go buy food, now they're taking more taxes. Now you go get gas in your car. There's a such thing called the gas tax. Every town and every county have a different level of it. But again, why are you paying taxes again on the gas that you put in your car? And what happens? It contains the taxes by the time it's consuming all your money. Government got all this money and they say, you know what, there's a war in Ukraine. And we want to send them $200 billion. Make it make sense. Nobody in their right mind is okay with that. I can tell you right now, if you got kids in your house, right? Let's just say you got kids in your house, and you left $100 sitting on the table, and they stole that $100 and went and spent it somewhere. You're not gonna be okay with that. Now, if they took the $100 and went and bought some groceries, you might be mad, but you say, oh, what, they bought food from the house. I'm mad, but at least they did bring it back to the house and food because they was hungry. But there is no way in the world you're going to be okay with what the government is doing with the money, because none of that is beneficial to America. None of what they're doing, how is any of that beneficial to America? And that's why Trump was like, no, we ain't sending y'all no more money. In order for us to send you some more money, we want that minerals. We got to get something out of this. So therefore, if we have a vested interest, then we're willing to protect it, because now we have an invested interest in Ukraine. Now, once we have an invested interest in it, Putin is now got to say, you know what? I don't want that smoke from America. I could do that to Ukraine, but now the Americans getting product out of there. They're not going to be happy if I start this war. I need to shut shop down. That's why Putin didn't go to do nothing to Ukraine when Trump was in office the first time. He waited till Biden and them got in there because he knew they wasn't built like that. He knew it. That's why Afghanistan, all that stuff happened under Biden, because they knew they wasn't built like that. They like war. They like it. They know why? Because none of their kids and none of their family members are going dying in that stuff. Yes, I agree with you, Joyce. I agree 100%. And that don't matter who's in office. We just happen to got somebody that's trying to do it right now. But there should be no, what's up, word up, how you doing? God bless you. Welcome in, welcome in. Please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button. I appreciate it very, very, very much. Listen, government hands should be tied on what they can spend money on, what they should not be spending. I'm gonna be honest, this is how I feel about it. Y'all tell me how y'all feel about this. I think that if the government decide they want to do something for another country, right? Immediately, the president should put out a poll. Immediately, just put out a poll, say, okay, we want to send $50 billion to Ukraine. So you put out a poll and say, put it out where Americans can respond to it, America. And if you hit 51% of the Americans says, no, you can't do it. That's how, if I was president, that's how I would do it. That's how I would do it. I wouldn't even, some decisions, when it comes to foreign decisions, I would be more inclined to go to that type of approach, to say, I'm not going to just do it and just do it because I want to. I would rather let the people have more of it. And even though I'm president, I still would give people more of a chance. I don't want to go against the vast majority of Americans. So if I go to do something, then they give me a chance to make better decisions that's more beneficial to Americans, even though I am the president and I might have the authority to do it. I would still maybe put out a poll and say, okay, let me put out a poll and see where the American stands on this one. And if the poll comes back, and if I think that it's not really accurate, I'm going to keep doing it until I can figure out a really good accuracy part. And then I would decide from that factor. Yes, that's what they're doing. Because, listen, the Democratic Party don't want to lose their stronghold. And they're falling apart right now. And I'm glad they're falling apart. But they don't want to lose their stronghold or what they have, because it's just falling apart, totally dismantled. And honestly speaking, that mentality that entered into the Democratic Party, it needs to go. So if it means that the whole party got to go, then the whole party got to go. Because I keep asking people, all the places that the Democrats run, why aren't they thriving? What's up, first man? How you doing? God bless you. Welcome in. Welcome in. The Democrat Party. Why is it that the Democratic Party, there is such a vast difference between their citizens and the politicians wealth-wise? Wealth-wise. The Democrats are making tons of money and their citizens living like, phew. That's that right there. If you look at the Democratic Party, who's been supported by the Black and Hispanic community for, well, probably 50 years plus. If you go back 50 years, the Black community has the very same problems and worse today compared to 50 years ago. Very same problems. that we had 50 years ago, and we've been supporting the Democratic Party that whole vast of time. I agree. I don't want them back at all. I want them totally dismantled. And it's that mentality. Listen, I don't think the Democrat Party was that bad. But, at some point between Obama, when Obama got in there and he started trying to sanction Africa because they wouldn't accept same-sex marriages and stuff, and it just got worse. And then when Obama signed legislation enforcing the schools to accept to let boys in bathrooms with girls and stuff like that, it just went worse. And my thing is this: when I listen, I wasn't even concerned about politics, but when I've seen that, I was like, what? Now don't get me wrong, I didn't vote for Obama. I wasn't going to vote for Obama because he picked Joe Biden as his running mate, and I know Joe Biden has a racist history that is unlike most people in politics. But that's just my opinion. But when he started doing, I'm like, wait a minute, you're going to try to starve Africa? Now, all these years, America been talking about saving Africa, feeding Africa, and all this other stuff. But because Africa wouldn't accept same-sex marriages, that matters more to you. Now you want to starve them for that? You're not even making sense. At that point, I was done. All right. I'll be honest with you, with the third term, I'm not with it. I like Trump. Don't get me wrong. Y'all know by my channel that I like Trump. But I'm not with the third term. I want J.D. Vance or somebody else. But I listen, right now I see with J.D. Vance, he seems like he's a good, strong candidate. He still got some training and learning and stuff like that. My thing is this, is that I want Trump to do his 4 years, but I would rather him maybe stick around as vice president and maybe advise. But I still, like a third term, first of all, his age is up there. His age is up there. But out of all things, and believe me when I tell you, I like J.D. Vance, honestly speaking, but I want to see some of the young guns get in there. I want them to learn what Trump is doing, to take the best of what Trump is doing, and I want the young guns to take that and grow on it. So I'm looking at like J.D. Vance, Byron Donalds, Wesley, some of the other names. I mean, those other names that's out there, those are the people that I'm looking at. Yeah, right. So me personally, I like Trump. I'm great that we got him. I'm great with the fact that we got him in there, and there's no strike against him. I just want to see. I want to see the young guns come. I want them to learn from this and grasp all of what Trump, the best of what Trump is doing. And I want them to grasp from this, and I want to see who the young guns, who's ready. And that's what I want. I want some fresh meat in there. And my thing is, I didn't know who J.D. Vance was, and I had to go to a rally, and I went and I sat and listened to J.D. Vance. And if you look at something, like I got an old video that when he first elected him as VP to run with him, I went to the rally and I videotaped the whole rally. But I really wanted to get a good feel for who he was as an individual. And then I started following beyond that. And I was like, oh man, I'm being honest with you. I said, if I could because J.D. Vance is more refined, like speech-wise, he's more refined. So if I could take Vance and just let him do all the talking and just Trump be like, do his thing. I said, but, I like Trump because he's a straight shooter, but everybody don't grasp the stuff like that. Some people like somebody that's more refined. And I think J.D. Vance and his speech is more refined than Trump. So that's why I think that if Vance was the one doing most of the talking, it probably would be a little more smoother transition. But I'm good. I like what Trump is doing. I like his policies. I like most of it is just common sense. But I think the young guns can get the best from what Trump is, and I think they might be able to take it even further. Yeah, that's a good one. I'm not sure about that one. I still like J.D. Vance. I still like Mark Cuban. I think J.D. Vance is a lot. J.D. Vance is a lot smarter than I thought he was. I had a friend of mine that actually he purchased J.D. Vance's book and he sent it to me, and I haven't gotten through the whole book, but I do read some of it here and there. But I'm trying to get a feel for who he is, and I know some of his history and stuff like that. But man, I just think J.D. Vance is a lot sharper than I thought he was, and I think that with him being in office right now as a VP, watching what's taking place, not being a decision maker, but being on the decision platform, seeing the effects of what Trump did that worked well, and maybe some things that didn't work so well. Honestly speaking, J.D. Vance might turn out to be even better. If he consumes this right, J.D. Vance might actually do a better job than Trump did because he already has Trump policies. He already has Trump experiences. All he has to do is find a few things to refine this a little bit better. He'll probably come out doing a better job than Trump because he's already getting the roadmap. Yeah, and that's why I said I don't think there's too many people that's going to want to sit on the debate stage with him. That's real talk. No, that's just my personal opinion is that honestly speaking, now I don't think nobody will want to sit on the debate stage with Byron Donalds. I think Byron Donalds is by far more refined. That's just my opinion. Some people may feel differently, but I think Byron Donalds probably a lot more refined. So I don't think they want to sit on the debate stage with Byron Donalds. Byron Donalds remind me of somebody that crams himself in a room by himself. Byron Donalds, God bless y'all, God bless y'all. Byron Donalds remind me of somebody who crams himself into a room and just like, I'm going to eat up all this information and just keep consuming and consuming and consuming. And then he come out the room glowing like, who's next? All right, I'm not too sure who that is. Joyce, who? All right. Harriet? I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm not too sure. I got to find out who that is. These letters is real small, but I think that says Harriet Hagman. Am I saying that right? Yeah, out the pit. You're right. You're right. Like I said, I like J.D. Vance, honestly speaking. And just, I just think right now, like, he in the best position possible because he can take with all this experience. He can, okay. Yeah, oh, okay. I'm going to find out. I don't know who that is, but I'm going to look into that to try to see who that person is because I'm going to be honest with you. Like, if you look at the political situation, like two basketball teams going up against each other, the Republican Party they bench is deep. Like they can roll the dice and like, okay, all 12 of y'all pick a number. We're gonna roll the dice. Okay, you're gonna be next president. That's how deep the Republican Party bench is right now. They got some sharpers on there. Like they got a lot of sharp people on there. And honestly speaking, the Democratic Party is they scrambling to find one. And right now they want to put up AOC. Could you imagine that? AOC debating J.D. Vance. Oh my God, that would be hilarious. But again, now I don't know, like honestly speaking, and I know everybody had an opinion on different things. Yeah, you're right. Out the pit. I'm the same way. And for anybody that's on his live, please check out the Pit's channel. He's trying to grow his channel. I appreciate if y'all just go in there and give a brother a shout out, or just maybe go check out his videos, maybe follow his channel. And that's real talk. Give a brother a chance to grow his channel because he in the beginning stages of it, but help him out. Yeah, it's just empty. The Democratic Party, not only they bench is empty, they don't even have an A player. Like there is no A player on it. They don't have nothing. And I'm glad. I hope they do put up what they talk about AOC or one of them. Put them up. Bring them. This would be an easy win. You think Trump won by a landslide? Could you imagine if it was AOC? Oh my God. I mean, honestly speaking, Kamala Harris, I don't even know why they even threw that one in the mix. They really tried to hide her. They really tried to minimize the amount of talking that she did. They edited the video. They did everything they can do to try to help her. And she still came off as dumb as they come. And she's an airhead. And everybody knew she was an airhead. Well, not everybody, but there was a lot of people that voted for her. But they were trying to polish somebody that don't have no shine at all. I mean, it's like trying to buff out a car that only got primer on it, no paint. That's how they were trying to polish her up, and it wasn't no. She ain't had no shine on her. I don't know. You know they hate Schumer right now. Chuck in the hot seat right now. He one of the 10 that voted for that that the guy that passed that bill. So Chuck Schumer in the hot seat right now. They not feeling him. You know how it is when you go against Dems. They be like, "You what? You went against us? Oh, we'll teach you something." So as soon as, but I'm be honest with you, honestly, I'm gonna tell you where the Democrats are missing it at. You know who their best option is? Real talk. The Democrats' best option is John Fetterman. Real talk. John Fetterman from Pennsylvania is really their best option. And I don't even think he want to be a part of them no more neither. But he is literally their best option. Because he's the only one to really be talking like he got common sense. Yeah, listen. He don't, and listen, at first I didn't really particularly care for him, but I think once his health got better and I kind of listened to him, I was like, he's not as stupid as I thought he was. Yeah, I'm like, he's not as dumb as I thought he was. He actually got common sense. Yeah, I think so. I think he might dip. You hear it in his speech that he's like, you ever seen them little memes where they show Homer Simpson kind of like backing out of the camera? That's John Fetterman like, I'm out. He just slowly backing out the camera. Trying to back out of there, like, nah, I don't want no parts of them. They crazy. But that's just my opinion on it. I think that's personally, I just think John Fetterman might be their best option if he was even doing it. But I think you right out the pit. I think John gonna dip. He gonna be like, man, nah, I'm good, bro. I don't want no parts of them. Because if I say anything against them, they gonna come after me too. So I'm good. I don't want no parts of that. Man. But, thank y'all guys for hanging in there with me. Thank y'all. I appreciate y'all. We had a good time. We had a real, real good time. Joyce, out the pit, all y'all guys. Out the pit, when I get a chance, I'm going to give you a wrench. But, yeah, God bless y'all. God bless y'all. And like I said, anything we talk about, anything we do, man, we can go back and forth all day long about our opinions. But at the end of the day, if you're an American, we're all in this together. And rather you Democrat or rather you Republican, it doesn't really matter. We're still all in this together. And we got to find a way to be able to set aside our political differences so that we can continue to educate ourselves to be better for each other. And at the end of the day, if we don't have God first and we don't have Jesus Christ in our life, we're missing the boat anyway. And that starts there. And it starts there. It starts there, having a relationship with Jesus Christ. Because at the end of the day, we can't see all the person's worth like God does. And with that said, I'm going to get up out of here. And I appreciate everybody, every single one of y'all coming on this live. I appreciate y'all spending your time. And I don't take it lightly because I know your time is valuable to you, just like my time is valuable to you, me. But I appreciate it. And I thank y'all. And again, please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. Please share these videos as much as people as you can. Help me grow this channel. I'm trying to build some things here. And hopefully I can get to that point where I become a little more popular than I am right now. But out the pit, Joyce, I appreciate y'all. Really do. Y'all always here. It's encouraging when I see y'all. Chris for real is encouraging when I see you. Word up is encouraging when I see you. Mike in the building is encouraging when I see you. Bad is encouraging when I see y'all. All y'all. I appreciate y'all very, very much. Wesley, if you're still in there, thank you very, very much. We don't always have to agree. But after we have enough conversation, sometimes we'll find ourselves shifting a little bit because, you know what? You might have made a good point. But with that said, please, y'all have a blessed, safe day. And I'm about to get out of here. Y'all have a wonderful day. Peace.